Hi Stampers, my name is Sandy Hancock. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I'm coming to you from Southern California. You know, normally I'm talking about I have this gorgeous tree as I look out my window right here, and usually there are birds flying in the trees. There are no birds today, but there is a blue Paw Spa mobile grooming outfit here. I'm not sure whose pet they're grooming, but they're quite noisy, so I had to close my window. So anyway, enough about that. This is the card we're going to be making today. I want to feature Spotlight on Nature dies. And again, I think you've probably seen them. They're pretty popular. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 12 dies along with the really beautiful stamp set. So in addition to 3 more color schemes of this card, I'm also going to be showing you 2 more cards from the Spotlight on Nature dies, and I just love them all. I got this idea from Kathy's Random Acts of Stampin', and then my card ended up being very different from hers. But you know, when you get the inspiration for something and then you go on and create your own thing, that's what happened. So here we go. I'm going to show you the different pieces we're going to be using. Of course, we've got Petunia Pop, 8.5 by 5.5 scored in half. And then we've got the 3D eyelet embossing folder. And let me just show you. The eyelet 3D is 4 inches by 2.5, and then the 24 by 26 in color DSP is 4 inches by 2 3/4. And on each one I put a little plus there because you want just a scooch more than 2.5 and a scooch more than 2 3/4 so that there'll be a tiny bit of overlap. Okay, then we're going to be using circles. These circles are from the Spotlight on Nature. This is for the, oh, I forgot to show you the inside. So when you open up the card, you see more beautiful circles, and I put it up just a little bit so you could say Dear So-and-so and have more room to write down there. The butterfly is from Sketch Butterfly, just like the butterfly on the front. Hope Your Day is a Happy One is from So Sincere, my $1 million set. And then this little band is simply 3/4 of an inch by 4. Okay, so that's, oh, and the Happy Birthday. This is from Unbounded Love. This is my favorite stamp in the whole set. And it would be embarrassing if we added up everything I used on here. The Sketch Butterflies, the Spotlight on Nature dies, the Unbounded Love set, the So Sincere set. Okay, totally embarrassing. But you can substitute a different greeting. You don't have to put butterflies on this. You might find something else really pretty to put on this. So anyway, did I say Kathy's Random Acts of Stampin' is where I got the original idea? She had something like this, and then I took off and ended up with a very different card than what she had, but you just love that inspiration sometimes from other people, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and get started, and I'm going to first put on the eyelet 3D embossing, and it'll go right at the top with just the normal little margin. Okay, then I'm putting the DSP, which again is 4 inches by 2 3/4, plus just a tiny bit so that they'll overlap somewhat, just the slightest bit really. I just didn't want them to bump right up against each other. Okay, all right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our Stamparatus, and if you don't have a Stamparatus, maybe you have something similar to this that will allow you to stamp more than one time in the same place. It really has taken so much stress out of my, whoops, hey there, I never said you could do that. There we go. If your magnets click together like that, be gentle with them. As you're pulling them apart, you're probably going to break them. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna put the Happy Birthday right where I want it, kind of at an angle. Then you bring the lid down, press it. Okay, so now you're ready to stamp. So, let's see, which pad am I using? One of them is 2 inked. I don't know which one this is. I hope it's not the one that's 2 inked. So I'm gonna be a little gentle with the ink on this. Let's see how that looks. Well, I'm gonna do it one more time. That looks pretty good. I just get such a thrill out of being able to stamp 2 times in the same place and not mess anything up. I think that is such a miracle. Okay, so here we go. We've got our happy birthday, and we're gonna need this again in a minute for the butterfly. So I'm just gonna go ahead and stick it on there. In fact, you know what? Maybe I'll go ahead and stamp the butterfly. So what I have, again, this is a 6x6 piece of the Petunia Pop DSP, and I think I found just enough space here for one more butterfly. Let's see, where did I put it? It doesn't really matter which way it goes. It's going to be pretty. Nope, I don't think that was it. Hold on. Let me just play with this a little bit. Okay, that looks like that will work. Okay, so then, again, just hold this in place like that. And then bring your top over, lid, press it firmly. And now we're gonna add the ink. And this is probably for sure gonna take several inkings. Ooh, nice. It's just so much fun. I'm not much into coloring butterflies, even though I did do it on one sample. Okay, one more time. Get it nice and dark. Okay, that is looking really good. We can just leave the butterfly there. Okay, so now, where are my sketch butterflies? Don't tell me I put them away. Nope, here they are. Okay, so now I'm just going to get the largest butterfly out of here. And this is the little butterfly that I use for the inside, the little butterfly inside. It's just such a nice set. Okay, so I'm gonna take some Stickum, whatever you like to use, whatever kind of tape you like to use to hold your dies in place. I'm just gonna put this as best I can on here. Okay, that is looking pretty good. And this tape is probably actually getting tired. I've used it quite a few times. Okay, so let me just cut this very quickly, and then we will move right on with making our card. I do have one of the little mini cutters, but I don't have a lot of room, even though my desk is really nice and long and big. I don't have a lot of room for things like that, so it's almost easier for me to just get up and cut it. Okay, so here we go. We've got our beautiful butterfly. So nice, Petunia Pop. All right, so back to where we were. Okay, now the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add this circle to this circle. They are just layered so beautifully. And just take your time. See if you can eyeball the circumference of the circles and look like, I think it's about in the middle. Okay, then I am going to get a new set of dimensionals. I don't normally use a lot of dimensionals when I do use them, but on this, I kind of went dimensional crazy because I don't want it to slump down anywhere. I want it to be kind of firmly supported all the way around. So I'm going a little bit nuts here with the dimensionals. You'll hardly ever see me do this, but here we go. And one for the center. Okay, then I'm gonna pull my trash over here. You're not gonna see me doing this because it's not that I wouldn't mind. I just don't want all these to end up on my glass mat, which, by the way, I've had it a couple of weeks now, and I'm absolutely loving having such a clean workspace. It's really, really worth it, I think. Okay, so now I'm gonna put this at an angle, leaving a little bit of space at the top. Okay, there we go. Now watch what I'm going to do with the butterfly. With the butterfly, I'm going to put a piece of tear and tape right down the center because I do want it to stick to the card. However, I'm going to put a dimensional on each side of it because I want the wings to stand up. Okay, so let's take these off. I think I got them. Okay, so now we're going to position our butterfly. I'm going to put his tails just so I can still see the happy birthday. So I'm going to press down the tear and tape. There we go. And then the wings are going to stick up. So even when it goes through the mail and you open it, it still is going to stick up a little bit, which is great. Okay, so now I'm going to use some rhinestones. I'm gonna, hey, don't jump off of there. Not sure why that did that. Okay, seriously, now it's on my finger. Okay, so I'm gonna put a large one right at the top. Then I'm gonna find a medium one to go underneath it. And as you can see, I'm trying to use up this one package. So large, medium, and small rhinestones. And if you want to put additional ones on there, go for it. I'm pretty happy with the front just having that amount of bling. But that's why stamping is so much fun. You get to bling it up any way you want to. All right, so now let's take the card that's going to go inside. And then we've got our piece of DSP that, remember, it's 3/4 of an inch, but you could make it as wide or as small as you want. And we're going to put it a little bit above the center. Is that straight? Looks good. Okay, now we're going to use these smaller Spotlight on Nature dies. Again, take your time, get it in the center. Okay, that's looking pretty good. All right, and we'll just go ahead and put it right on the card. Like that. And then I'm going to take the stamp from So Sincere. Hope your day's a happy one. Huff it a little bit and put it right in the center. Voila! I love it. Okay, now one more little butterfly, and he's going to just go off to the side like that. And then I am going to take, what did I do with my rhinestones? I'm going to get one more little guy, oops, and put him right in the center here. Okay, good. Okay, now let's put the inside. And we are going to be finished with this card. Oh, wrong one. That's the one I already finished. Okay, here we go. Okay, so just a little bit of pre-cutting. And isn't that fun how the butterfly stands up with the dimensionals under the wings? But be sure to put the tear and tape here in the center so that it will firmly plant itself in the middle of your card. So I think that's pretty simple and fun. Okay, now let me show you 3 other colors of this card. Now this one is, I might be getting a little carried away here. This is Summer Splash, so it has some blue in it, some green. So I'm not sure this is my favorite one, but regardless, I decided to give it a try. So there's that one. I love the Pretty in Pink one. They're all exactly the same. And then I dipped back into the 2325 DSP because I wanted to use Boho Blue. And remember, Boho Blue was introduced 2325. And so I didn't have a lot of choices left for DSP, but I thought, well, I think the stripe's gonna be okay. So then we've got the blue one. Oh, let me put this one back down. Okay, so there we go. There are all 4 of our butterflies. I just think they're fun, a little bit different, and it's an easy way to use the sketch butterflies without actually having to color them in. And you may be really good at coloring in butterflies. I'm not sure it's my strongest point. Okay, so let's put these here. Then I want to show you this one. Now, this time I've used the Painted Texture embossing folder. Thinking of You comes from Layering Leaves. That's Rachel Tessman's set. And then I just took one of the Thoughtful, what is it called? Thoughtful Journey papers, which I just love this because of the Petunia Pop. So again, I used the very same circles, cut them out, put them on with dimensionals. Thinking of You, I think I haven't put anything inside. Oh, okay, surprise. I was hoping to make 2 of these out of 1 piece of DSP, but it wasn't big enough. So when I realized I could cut a little one out, I thought, okay, I'll just put a little surprise inside. So when someone opens the card, they'll go, oh, how pretty. Okay, so there's this one. And then this last one is a card that I totally cased from Chris-Anne Tomoso. So this is the Mediterranean DSP in the citrus bundle. And she used pumpkin pie cardstock and then peach pie cardstock. She colored in the butterflies. I actually made this card, but I totally cased her. She used Lemon Lolly for the yellow and then pumpkin pie. And then Friend is in the set with the cute little butterflies. And I used, what did I use? Granny Apple Green. And then I took the actual garden green marker, not blend, and just added a little bit of darkness to the green with the with the garden green, which I think this is kind of a combination of Granny Apple and garden green. And then I put this inside. Again, just a little butterfly. And I put some shimmer, what is that? Sometimes I can remember what it's called and sometimes I can't, Wink of Stella. Okay, so I don't know if you can see it or not, but it really, really is pretty. And so these are my ideas. Let's see, let's put this out too. With the Spotlight on Nature, and be sure to like my video if you like it, and subscribe if you'd like to see more of my videos. I really appreciate you sharing it, and thank you for taking the time to join me. I will look forward to having you next time.